You're looking at the setup for a blanket finish to a 500-mile race. When these cars come off of turn number 4 and down the front straight at Darlington, they will get a green flag with 5 laps to go in the Southern 500. So this is a battle for the lead between Benny Parsons in the blue and white car and David Pearson in the red car. Behind them, Dale Earnhardt in car number 2 is in 3rd place. And just behind them, Neil Bonnet is moving into the 4th position. Now Bonnet is 1 lap back, so he has now separated the 3 leaders from the rest of the field. Pearson, Earnhardt now has moved into 2nd place. Benny Parsons in 3rd. You saw a quick flash of flame under Earnhardt's car, number 2 in 2nd place there, but he is still moving well.
Yeah, these guys are starting to drive on parts of the track they haven't driven on all afternoon, Jim. You got to remember that the form that we've seen, just 4 laps to go at this point, by the way, the form that we saw earlier in the day may not hold now. There goes Earnhardt. He's getting up inside Pearson. Look at that. That's very, very close stuff at this stage.
David Pearson came down in his line a little bit there to shut him off. That's very competitive driving. Here goes Earnhardt again. He's going to try to take David Pearson, and he has got him. Now here comes Pearson back inside. Turn number 4, the most difficult part of the course, and he passes him back. Dynamite racing.
Absolutely masterful by Pearson there, but also by Earnhardt. Notice how softly sprung Earnhardt's car is. It's bottoming here and there around the track. Very tense stuff, and as I say, the previous form of the race is no hint as to what will happen here because these guys have just been in the pits. They've changed the cars 1 whole more time, and the cars are a little different now than they were earlier.
3-car race to the finish, now 2.5 laps to go as they go down the back straight at 170 miles an hour. Again, Pearson is able to hold off the challenge of Earnhardt inside. So it is still Pearson in 1st place, Earnhardt in 2nd place, Benny Parsons 3rd.
And you know, Jim, the traditional stock car approach of hanging back until the last lap and then slipstreaming by, that just doesn't apply here. The slipstream, the drafting doesn't work. These guys are going for it right now.
Into turn, and now they're on the wall. Pearson is still going. Benny Parsons coming down onto the apron. Earnhardt is slowed down up onto the wall. The yellow flag will come out, but it's a race to the start-finish line from here. Whichever car gets there first will win the race. Pearson is still running in car number 1, but he's slowing down. Forget about Bonnet on the left of the screen. He's a lap behind. The question is whether David Pearson can get there first. Out of the car behind him, Terry Labonte, 44.
Oh, Labonte. I think it was Labonte. Do you? I can't tell.
Almost impossible to tell. Terry Labonte in car number 44 was the other car on the lead lap as they came down the front straight. The question is whether he got there ahead of David Pearson. The yellow flag was out. The winner is whichever car got to that start-finish line first and got to the yellow flag first. And right now, I think we have to assume it's Terry Labonte.
Yep, this is actually the last lap of the race, and it's being run under the yellow, which means that if Pearson was in fact behind at the line, he cannot come back past and take the lead. This is Labonte's race.
Are they going to give him the checkered flag? Yes, they are. Terry Labonte gets the checkered flag. He has not led at any point during the race. He only led for the last lap under the caution flag after just getting across the start-finish line ahead of David Pearson. And there is Labonte's pit crew going absolutely wild. This young man's only 23 years old. Here's another look at that finish.
Okay, now you can see the little smoke coming out of the back of Pearson's car. That's partly because the whole right side of his car, the side we can't see, has been damaged. The tires are rubbing badly. In fact, his whole toe in and alignment is not correct. That's why Labonte has this extra speed. They're only a few yards short of the finish. Pearson tries to pinch him off here, but Labonte is coming right down onto the pit apron to make the pass, and you'll see
the line on your screen. You'll see the line. It's coming up on the left of your screen right here. And there Labonte has gotten past Pearson, and there it is.
Incredible.
Margin of victory, 1 wheel. Sam, I think all 3 leaders went into the wall on turn 1 on the next to the last lap.
You can see the damage there to Pearson's car, not just cosmetic to the bumper, but it also realigned the front suspension. That's why he was so slow coming toward the line. He couldn't do anything about it.
There, the celebration has begun for Terry Labonte. 23-year-old second-year driver out of Texas has moved to High Point, North Carolina to get into the heart of stock car country. His first Grand National Speedway win ever. And let's have another look at what happened in turn number 1 of the next to last lap.
Well, you know, the funny thing is you got to figure with all 3 leaders just suddenly sliding out into the wall, it makes you wonder if there wasn't oil on the track. Now, I didn't see any. The officials didn't signal any, but all 3 of these guys, top guys, all just slid up into the wall suddenly. Great move by Neil Bonnet there as he squeezes his way through. Really brilliant driving.
But he wasn't on the lead lap. Neither was number 15, Bobby Allison. There he is. There's Terry Labonte, number 44, who got through there cleanly and then remarkably had the presence of mind to recognize the need to race Pearson to the flag for the victory.
Here's one more look at it. Now, Jim, it seems to me the possibility is if there was oil, and we have reports from crews in the pits that there was, perhaps the three guys who were gunning for the lead were running a higher groove than the next two guys behind them and got up into that oil, whereas Bonnet and Allison were just low enough to escape it.
Then still a remarkable piece of driving by Labonte to react quickly, get down low, and come on to win the race. So the Terry Labonte victory celebration has moved into victory lane. Remarkably, he is the youngest man ever to win a NASCAR Grand National Superspeedway race. And there's the man that I think most people here expected to win it going into those last two laps. David Pearson, who won the Southern 500 a year ago, the Rebel 500 here this spring, this time came up with the wrong luck in the last two laps.
And here he is, Terry Labonte, the youngster from Corpus Christi, Texas, who is really a surprise winner amidst lots of applause. Hey, congratulations, Terry. When did you know you had it won? Let's turn around and get a look at you here.
When I beat Pearson across the line, I thought I had him, but, you know, the crew told me I did, but I wasn't sure.
What happened over there in turn 2 of the last lap?
I don't really know. You know, they got together, and then Pearson was the only one running in front of me. I passed him. I saw his car was messed up, and I just ran as hard as I could, you know, and I got mine right at the start line.
You know what this means, Terry? This win?
No, not really. I don't believe it.
I mean, you're going to be on the Winner's Circle program the rest of this year, all next year, the big money to come and race. I think perhaps it's a turning point in your career. Your financial worries are over. I know it hasn't had a chance to settle in. How will you celebrate tonight?
We're going to celebrate all week.
The official results, again, the surprise winner, Terry Labonte, Pearson second, Harry Gant third, Benny Parsons finished the race for fourth place, and Neil Bonnet fifth. And the NASCAR Grand National point standings at this point in the season show Dale Earnhardt lengthening his lead over Cale Yarborough, Petty third, Parsons fourth, Waltrip fifth. The circuit ends in November in California. Now, once again, a look at what is, in effect, the finish of the race to the yellow flag with 1 lap to go.
You know, Jim, seeing this one last time makes me realize that David Pearson, even though his car was crippled, had he wanted to, he probably could have won this race by forcing Labonte up against the pit wall. But with a great sense of fair play, he pretty much kept it in the middle of the racetrack and let Labonte make his move. Quite a tribute to Pearson, I think.
And it was one of the most exciting NASCAR finishes ever. This is Jim Lampley for Sam Posey and Chris Economaki saying so long from Darlington.